stealth, speed, and surprise.
What's up guys, Magic Knives here, and I wish I could be talking about Black Ops 3 right now and giving you my first knife-only gameplays on Black Ops 3 and giving you my thoughts and opinions about the game so far, but there are a couple reasons why I'm not doing that right now. One is that I'm still trying to unlock the combat knife since Treyarch, or I would bet David Vonderhaar, decides to troll us and increase the unlock level for the combat knife from level 15 to 40, just so he can either force us to shoot or just punch our way until we unlock it, which is really mean. But more importantly than that is that the world is in a state of a lot of sorrow right now, and I'm sure a lot of you out there know that on November 13th, 2015, 2 days after Remembrance Day, a massive terrorist attack occurred in Paris, France. About at least 111 people, I think, were killed in that incident, and it was mostly evidence. I'm not sure if they were officially proved that it was by ISIS, but ISIS claimed responsibility for it, and they also claim, at least from what I've heard, it was to the reason they did the terrorist attack was to get revenge on France for mainly committing the airstrikes that it did against Syria and other areas that ISIS was occupying. And not to say that they're the only ones that are participating in airstrikes against ISIS in Syria, but I guess they were the main enemy in terms of the airstrikes. So I mean, as far as how tragic this is and how devastating this terrorist attack was, it's the most, I believe, I'm not an expert in terms of terrorist attacks, but this is most likely the most devastating one since 9/11 that happened in the US on September 11th, 2001 against on the Twin Towers and the Pentagon and whatnot, with the hijacking of the 4 planes. Now, the 9/11 terrorist attacks were committed by Al-Qaeda, which was, I mean, already a huge tragedy for the American people and stuff like that. And just at that point, the whole world went into a huge like high alert mode, and that's when security at airports started tightening up to prevent any future terrorist attacks or hijacking of planes, which is kind of now a bit controversial as to whether that's a morally right thing to do, because it kind of infringes people's rights and privacy. But aside from that, now we're more than 10 years past 9/11, and now we've had this incident where ISIS is an even more extreme terrorist group, even worse than Al-Qaeda, some may argue, which I would probably agree with that. They have way worse ideologies than Al-Qaeda, or at least they take it to more extremes, and they also go a step further by capturing foreign people from countries while they are in Middle East or Syria, and they brainwash them. They just capture people, they either torture them and publicly execute them to, you know, call out certain countries to threaten them, and or even worse, they brainwash them, train them to be soldiers, and then they send them back into the to their countries to who knows what kind of plots they're planning on doing. Which, I mean, obviously this was one of them, the Paris terrorist attacks, and so a lot of them were from France, so I've heard. And you know, just there are at least 1,000 people that were in Syria that were suspected to be captured and brainwashed. So now my question is to you guys, how are we gonna fight this? I mean, we obviously, the religion is a big thing behind this, but you can't blame the religion itself, because it's the extremists or the terrorists that twist the ideology behind it. So with that said, if you have any thoughts on this issue, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Black Ops 1, Knife Only Dogs, quick shout out to Kratos Knives. Hope to see you guys in my future videos, and Black Ops 3 content coming to you soon. Pray for Paris. Peace out.